Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, it is that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your often humble host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my beautiful co-hosts, Andrew Class Squatch Teedy and Michael LeBune. And they're going to have some funny memes, but first, a trademark, patented, copyrightable aspect of the show that is always necessary, the depressing news.
We did it first.
That's our shit.
And then it breaks. And then
Nobody did depressing news before us.
Nope. Where would you get your depressing news without us? I'm gonna have to drop
The news was happy before we came along.
Damn, your file could not be accessed for our listeners.
No.
No depressing news this week.
All right. So, top story: arrest warrants issued for 3 men in a massive fight at the Montgomery Riverfront dock. We're gonna have more on that, pretty sure. A whole bunch of people voted in Ohio. There's a bunch of crap going on with some Florida man. But the important news that everybody's talking about is this shocking UFO video. Actually, boys, this is some of the best video footage of a UFO I've ever seen. And it's probably just not going to load. Maybe I'll just drag it over here and do more news and wait for it to load. Hey, and like unusually good news for Facebook for the Blind's depressing news, India has a lunar landing mission that has entered the moon's orbit. How cool is that? So that's cool. Oh, back to this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably mute that. So just people talking in Spanish going, what is that? Looks like fire. That's pretty crazy. Look at that. Look at this goofy thing. Come on. That's some quality weird stuff.
We don't see nothing.
Oh, are you serious? All right, wait. All right. My apologies. All right. Yeah, 118 episodes. And that's a lot of people don't know how much effort it takes to make a show this mediocre.
Mm.
Look at this thing. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. So I'm a connoisseur of the weird video, and I gotta tell you, this is a weird video. So I wanted to share it with you. Of course, it comes from a tabloid, comes from the Sun, which is ridiculous. But where else?
I trust them more than the New York Times.
The video, I believe, was shot in Cuba. And you know, at first, a lot of these times I'm like, oh, it's one of Elon's rockets gone off. But look at this crap. What is that? What am I looking at? That's insane. It's like a triangle with a spinning ring orb thing on fire. I don't have words. That's just too weird. So thought I'd throw that one in there, man. Meanwhile, Wall Street Journal brings us this very important note that President Biden's bare ankles raise an important question about no-show socks. Thank God. The New Yorker, meanwhile, ran this picture of the former president flopping down at the bottom of the escalator with his big red tie and goofy hair flopping out, and a big thumbs up because all kinds of bad things are happening there. Meanwhile, in Quiet Labune's home state of Arkansas, absolutely crap stuff is happening. They bragged that they just signed into law that young children no longer need work permits to get a job in Arkansas. So
Good.
Look how fucking sad those kids look, dude.
totally. Yeah, look at it. Hey, what's her name again? Oh my God, she's got like 3 names: Huckable,
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Sarah Huckster. Sarah Huckster, Huckable, terrible. Anyway, please subscribe to my newsletter. Says it's wild that reactionary nutjobs think liberal elites are drinking the brain fluid of kidnapped children when Republicans are openly selling poor kids for parts on the capitalist labor market right there. Also, Arkansas passed a voucher program under the lie that it would enable poor and working class people to put their kids in private schools. But after the state began issuing vouchers, the private schools all raised their tuition. So the vouchers were more than what the vouchers would pay, you know, because you don't want the poors going to school with your kids. So, and it's a scam. It's a scam to funnel public money into private institutions. So Arkansas knocking it out of the park. Meanwhile, over there on FV for TB, a weekly memecast, if you're not following FV for TB, a weekly memecast, really? Why? Anyway, they had an article from psychedelicspotlight.com. Channel 4 over in Britain brought people with opposing views together and gave them magic mushrooms. Here's what happened. And you guys know what happened. That's the funniest thing. Like, they stopped being so angry and petty, and they were like, we have a lot more in common than we disagree about, and got a cool perspective. Anyway, life is pretty crazy. Futurism reports that Elon Musk just lifted weights during an office meeting for reasons unknown. I would ask you to think about that. Like, it basically captioned here. Imagine having to sit through a meeting and watch Elon Musk do curls for some reason. Anyway, that's another thing to add to my grateful list. Dear God, thank you so much. I did not have to see that. Zuck says he's ready for that UFC style cage fight. So the battle of the pasty white boys is coming up. But Elon details suspicious injury after Zuckerberg suggests he's too much of a coward to fight, according to Jezebel. Elon's not been having a good week. The big blinking, gnarly, obnoxious X on top of their building is gone. That was removed. Violations of a whole lot of different laws. And he's that slapped with a complaint, launched an investigation, and he took it all down. And some people suggested maybe he should get a big laughing emoji because we're laughing. Friend of the show, Jim Narikas says, everybody knows that Coca-Cola used to contain cocaine, but did you know that lithium originally put the up in 7-Up? Yeah.
Jesus.
This commercial break brought to you by 7-Up. Anyway, yeah. More complaints about Elon Musk's big light up sign. And this is obliquely added, and it looks really cool from this angle. But if you were like directly across from it, it's blinding. It's a spotlight. Anyway, complaints filed in that it was too bright, poorly constructed, could distract drivers and keep people awake. If you were trying to remember what happened this week, 2 Navy sailors got charged with spying for China. And did you hear these numbers? Like, one of the cats was like spying for 15 grand. That's what it takes to bribe a sailor these days. 15 grand.
Oh, he was an E1, guaranteed. E1.
I honestly, the biggest thing that keeps people from being able to get a security clearance is debt, because it's just it's amazing. What people will do for $10,000-$15,000.
Oh, absolutely insane. Yes. All right. Hey, down in Florida, leprosy cases are surging, the government says. Futurism posted caption, what is this, 300 BC? Leprosy? What the hell? The first commenter, Thomas, says, it's Florida. I fail to see the problem. Read your Bible, Thomas. Orca attacks a boat in a rare harbor encounter. Yeah, rare, but it's happening every week in the headlines on Facebook for the Blind. And we are going to keep covering Team Orca. And one day we're going to get a scoreboard and chalk up their wins. Vessel suffered only minimal damage to the hull as it backed away as soon as it realized that the Orca was approaching. So that is, in my book, Orca's won, boat backed away. So boom. Israel's tech companies are fighting Netanyahu. Don't know if you've been watching, but they are marching in the street, and the tech companies are leaving the startup nature. Protests are raging because basically Netanyahu is trying to control the judiciary and, make himself a dictator and way more powerful. And the tech companies are like, oh, we could just move our money. And he's like, oh, so that's a fun one to watch. If you were trying to keep up with the Tangerine Tornado, I've been following Jack E. Smith at 7 Veritas 4, which is clearly Jack Smith. And if you want to just get back here, the judge ordered Yambo to respond to the protective order by Monday at 5. I didn't tune in. I didn't care. Yambo quickly files to seek a delay in responding to the protective order, claiming that he didn't have time to review it. Department of Justice claps back at Yambo, stating he found time to file for delay, but not time to read a 5-page order. You're all caught up on that story, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
Chris Embry, friend of the show in IRL, actually posts Talia Jane, which is that awkward moment when an executive producer on Sound of Freedom groomed his wife when she was in high school and he was her, wait for it, church youth guidance counselor. Yay. The grooming's coming from inside the church. Anyway, that I don't know if you did we cover Sound of Freedom last week? Crazy stuff.
A little bit.
So several people detained after a fight breaks out at Montgomery's Riverfront Park in Alabama. And oh my God, I have never seen Black Twitter light up so fast in my life. And basically just lots of great footage. Basically, a black dock worker employee told some white folks they needed to move their pontoon boat because there was another boat coming in, and they just used their little poor white privilege to trip out, and it became a full-on dock brawl, including several people. If you're looking for the story, I would say Google Black Aquaman. that got right to the story for me. That's how I got to USA Today. So good times. And for our heartwarming closing animal story, I thought that I would go with this little nugget from that Geo that says, can you spot it? A little camouflage creature here hiding among the coral. Can you see it? You know what it is? Can you see it? We're looking at coral reef with a bunch of like brown corally things with little red balls all over them.
Oh, shit.
Right in the center. There it is. Yes. This is a pygmy shrimp. It's the tiniest, pygmy seahorse. It's the tiniest of all the seahorses in the world, and it looks stinking just like the freaking coral that it lives on. It can just sit there. If it wasn't for the eyeball and the little snoot.
Yeah, the eyeball is giving it away.
Honestly, if I shrink this thing down, you have no idea.
Yeah, it's gone.
No idea. But full size, yeah. So I got some other images of it, and I just thought this thing is remarkable. The pygmy shrimp, and I'm like, wow, nothing could top that for the heartwarming animal closing story for Facebook for the Blind News for August 8th, 2023. Did you guys notice the magic numbers there, by the way? 88, and it's episode 118. I don't know for those of you who celebrate numerology. But I was like, pygmy seahorse. What? That's got to be it. No, they just discovered the largest massive animal ever on planet Earth. The most largest massive animal ever.
Man.
The most largest. Look at it. This is a vertebrae. The colossus, the Paracetus colossus, lived about 40 million years ago. Now, here's the thing. If you were in grade school, you were taught that the blue whale is the biggest animal on the planet. But now it looks like this enormous dolphin. It looks a lot like a dolphin. It looks like a dolphin. Called the Paracetus colossus is now the largest thing. Has topped the mass of the blue whale, long considered the heftiest animal on record. So, from the new champion of the most massivest, whalest, colossus, Everest on Earthest to the pygmy, we have covered it all here on the news from Facebook for the Blind for 8/8, episode number 118. Now, on to my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael Labune, for a nice, long
round one.
Right, here we go. Kicking off my nice long round one. We're starting with We're starting with the Montgomery Boardwalk Beatdown.
Hells yeah.
Here we have a cover of the beloved sort of tween book Animorphs.
Oh yeah.
And it always showed like a person morphing into an animal or an animal morphing into a person. But in this one, we see a can of hard iced tea, twisted tea, morphing into a folding chair.
You guys remember Twisted Tea dominating the memes there for a whole season?
Oh yeah. I still know people that make references to that.
And now the steel chair, didn't see it coming. Didn't see it making it come.
I'm a wrestling fan. I think y'all been sleeping on a steel chair.
So help me out here. What's his Doctor Strange? There we go.
Yeah.
This one of the comic book artists that I follow tweeted this out, Scotty Young, and he just wrote, "Who did this?" And what we have here is picture of the Montgomery, Alabama boardwalk beatdown. There's two white guys squaring off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black guys, and then there's some cops coming up from behind them. And somebody superimposed the like teleportation rings from Doctor Strange in for two of the black guys, like they just teleported there.
It's brilliant. Well, the whole video is so great. He throws up a hat. I don't know what that is. Oh, so good. So good.
Who threw the hat up? Was that the security guard?
I just that was like the signal. It was just like rally. It was like Avengers assemble. I mean,
Yeah, seriously. All right, here we have a picture of a white hat. I'm sorry, a white folding chair with black sneakers and a black like skull cap. What would you call these hats? Actually, I don't know. What to call them.
It's a do-rag.
Do-rag. So
a
when I think of it,
tucked-in do-rag, which is
yeah, I suppose that's right. When I think of a do-rag, I just think of a bandana, but I suppose this essentially serves the same function. But yeah, anyway, and it says nobody blank, and then it just says fold Travius chair Ante Johnson, and it's just a picture of this chair wearing a do-rag and black sneakers.
nice.
That chair was down as fuck. So this, I really loved this. This is a picture of the brawl. Specifically, this is the moment when a black man is wielding a white folding chair and hitting this white man over the head. The white man is trying to go from the boat to the dock, and he's getting a chair to the head.
Whack.
But in the fore, you see a man who's standing there. He's wearing a polo buttoned all the way up. He's smiling. He's wearing glasses. The black man. He's got a really nice, well-trimmed beard. He's got a hand on his hip and he's leaning against the rail and he's smiling right at the camera. And Derek Guy at Dye Workwear, a friend of the show, friend of mine. He's also a men's fashion expert. So he retweeted this photo and he wrote, "When the fit is nice." It's just this guy's just smiling so happy while this other guy's getting a chair to the face. Here we go. Here's a picture of like Porky Pig used to say, "That's all, folks," in the middle of the concentric. Right. I don't know what color this is. Orange, yellow rings.
But orange and yellow.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't do bad. And
hey, nice.
Instead of saying Looney Tunes, and instead of Porky Pig, there's just a picture of a white chair, and it just says, "Tried that in a small town, Montgomery, Alabama, 080523."
Nice.
I think I just have two more for this round. Yoshi Jones says December 16th, 1773, Boston Tea Party. August 5th, 2023. Alabama Sweet Tea Party. And my last meme for this round just has a picture of one of the white guys who got arrested for attacking that security guard after he's had his ass whooped.
Oh.
And you see, all we can see is the cop arresting him, and we could just see his hands behind his back. He's laying face down on the concrete, and you can see his feet, and both of his Crocs have been busted through, and they're like up on his calves, and his feet are bare. And it's captioned, "They beat the Crocs off his ass in Alabama."
Okay. I think these are cheap imitation Crocs.
Those
A
are just
true Croc
well-loved
would
Crocs.
never blow out like that.
Listen, that's just, those are real Crocs. That's just a true ass whooping. That's how that works. Beat the Crocs off his ass. Let's see what you got, TD.
TD, get it up. TD, get it up. Boom.
We're gonna do the thing we do every week, which is TD's often imitated, never duplicated, short round one. All right. First off, we got Jason Jester, friend of the show, friend of the universe. He posted this picture of this redheaded girl with a weird late 80s, early 90s sci-fi looking outfit on and glasses, and there's like and it's like all gold, and there's like this weird goldish planet behind her. and it says the world may have. Here we go. The world may be chewing me up and shitting me out, but I'm built like a piece of corn.
God.
That is a classy poop joke.
Holy crap.
That is a classy joke. All right, moving on.
Kicking it off with poo.
Damn right. Hey, Andrew Teedy, I know him. I posted this last year. It's just a sign that says hamburger helper only works if the hamburger is ready to accept that it needs help.
It's true. It's true.
Mm,
You can't force hamburger to do helper, you know what I'm saying?
sure.
That's what they make ground turkey for. Moving on.
Hamburger helper helps those who hamburger help themselves.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Cindy Lee, we just met. Post a picture here of a house with a pontoon boat, like right up on the back of the house where the door is. When you need a permit to build a deck, but not to store a boat. They just turned their pontoon boat into a deck. Easy peasy.
Oh my God.
I'm not
That's-
paying feesies. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that feels like something I would do.
That feels like something I'm gonna do.
Is that a genetic thing? Do you think that is?
It's very Caucasian garbage. Yes. All right,
Feeling
moving
the Midwest frugality and sticking it
Yes.
to the man, like, so anyway.
Friend of the show, friend of mine from way back in the day, Greg Culp. He reposts from Dank Meme, and it just says management attempting to retain staff. And it's one of those in case of emergency break glass things, but instead of like a fire extinguisher or hose or something like that, it's a piece of pizza. Management attempting to retain staff in case of low staffing, break glass.
Oof.
Instant pizza party.
Pizza party.
This is a healthcare
Like, I'm
meme.
starting to resent pizza because of this.
Oh, I resent Little Caesars because of that.
I resent Little Caesars because it's Little Caesars, okay?
Okay, sure, fair.
$5 hot and ready. Get the fuck out of here, you
Oh, I mean,
class
no,
traitor.
don't get me wrong. I still eat the fuck out of it. I just
Hell
feel
yeah.
dirty when I just feel dirty when I do it.
Oh, you're gonna be dirty when you do it. Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
The classic is, hey man, is this hot and ready? Pizza good? And he goes, it's hot and ready.
And
No,
$5. It's
Yeah,
$5.
$5. Like you understand you can't even get 2 gallons of gas for $5.
Hmm.
All right, moving on. But you can get a whole ass pizza.
Mhm.
Andrew Teedy, once again, I know him. This was one of the funniest things I've found in a very long time. It says, friend, want to go to the Goodwill in our rich neighborhood? And it's like some sort of goblin looking thing from like Dungeons and Dragons or something. It says, me, treasure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that's Elf Quest. Great.
Elf Quest. Okay. I knew it. It was ringing a bell. I just wasn't the right one.
Dude, loved it.
Yes, because I had like 5 or 6 of my friends just instantly like either swipe it from me or repost it and just like, yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Good
Right, moving
times.
on. Acquaintance of the show, we'll see if we'll be friends, and current all elite world wrestling champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who basically his whole thing is he's a rich prick from Long Island. And it's just him standing staring at the camera in a crowd of people, and it says, when you have to mingle with the pores.
What happened to his mustache? You got alopecia or something? What is that?
No, he's Jewish.
No,
He can't grow a mustache.
I don't think so.
Is that a rule? It's not a rule.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Nah, I think that's some kind of illness.
Oh, or
Ennui,
it could just be a style. I don't know. He's from Long Island. Who knows?
douchebaggery syndrome.
Exactly. Yeah. That again, if you ever watched AEW, that's his shtick.
Oh, hate it.
All right, shirts that go hard. New friend of the show.
Hmm.
It's a picture of this rather he looks like me, rather large dude with a big old beard and just a "don't fuck with me" look on his face. And he's standing in a something, and he's just standing in a Bucky's, and he's wearing a shirt that says, "I took a massive shit in a Bucky's bathroom," complete with the Bucky mascot. For those of you that don't know, Bucky's apparently is like a theme park that became a gas station.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, essentially.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way I could describe it. All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
Oh,
This is the last one I got for round one. Sorry about that, Sizemore.
yeah, that's all right.
It's from Mara Photography at Le Papillon Blue 2. And it's a picture of Donald Trump. And it says, when threatened, the common North American Trump, Anus Tangerinus, inflates its neck pouch and emits hostile tweets. And sure enough, it's the tangerine dipshit with it, just like his neck looks like a bullfrog just go,
Yep.
and yeah. And
It
you can tell he's like typing things on his fake Twitter.
Yeah, it doesn't. It looks like an incredibly realistic, and maybe it is a realistic throat.
I'm not thinking this is shopped.
No, it does look highly. I was gonna say punchable, but it doesn't look punchable so much as like those little door jam springs, that you just go up and you go.
See,
Like,
I was thinking more like those little mouths used to do with the whack-a-mole.
oh,
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we could talk shit. This guy has eaten McDonald's every day for over 70 years, and he's still fucking alive.
right.
But we could definitely talk shit about the fact that he's a fascist, tyrannical piece of shit. But like, but he's got a little bit of a gobble. Like, fuck, man. Like, that's a ton of McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Why do you think I have the beard? It hides the gobble.
That is an interesting point. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
next week you'll both have beards.
I would if I could.
No, we were early on when we were looking for different names of the show. I think the top contender was actually 1.5 beards.
This is like 3 days no shaving.
Oh, put it away, Labune. Just get it. You're disrespecting me with that. Get it out of here.
Best I can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we add ours together, we're close to half. Not even really. I mean, it's just by a technicality.
Well, I got like 1.5. I got like 1.5 myself, so I think we're okay.
I can grow a trash stash for real.
And I could do that up until I was like 20. That's all I could do was a trash stash. That and mutton chops. That's all I could do.
Are you guys talking about that little beard on your back?
No, trash stash is when you can't grow a whole mustache, but you can grow enough so that people know you've hit puberty. Yeah.
Oh, I just got all oogled out, man. All right, I'm burning through these puppies. You know what? Just got all oogled out, man. All right, I'm burning through these puppies. You know what? I'm taking it back. This is one of my favorites from FB for TV, Weekly Memecast, for kicking off my wholesome round one. I got the Barbie Dream Fleet, and it's some kind of Federation starship, all in pink. It says, warp nacelles really light up. Phaser and torpedo sounds. Akira class in really cool Barbie font. It's very nice.
I kind of want it.
I know I'm like, I don't know if the Barbies are going to last much longer in my kids' repertoire, but come on, a Barbie spaceship, I'd hang that from the ceiling just for me.
I won't even front. That ain't for the girls. That's mine.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd store it here though. I would be insistent on that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, word.
All right. Sticking to the Barbie theme, I was thrilled that this logo was going around and was quite prominent. It says, "You are not getting paid Kenuff" in the Ken Barbie font. From Workers' Party of Massachusetts. If you're not following Workers' Party of Massachusetts, you are missing out. Lot on Kenuff that I thought was great. If you haven't seen the Barbie movies, spoiler alert, Kenuff, it's a thing now. This one's from anti-QAnon memes. 2 days ago, we see Forrest Gump sitting on the park bench, and he says, "Just like that, all them grown men were scared of Barbie." That was fantastic. Moneyless Society reminds you by posting "fuck you, I quit" that start telling the barista at Starbucks that your name is unionized, so they have to shout out "unionize" at work.
That's awesome.
I know I'm doing that.
I'm doing it tomorrow.
Moneyless Society also making a second appearance here, reposting Rev Left Radio, new acquaintance of the show, saying humans lived in hunter-gatherer communities for 100,000 generations, lived in settled communities for only 500 generations, lived under capitalism for less than 10 generations. Far from being synonymous with human nature, capitalism is a noxious and fleeting anomaly. This message has been brought to you by anarcho-spirituality.
I love that.
Yay! Nikita Gill at NKT Gill says the news, everything is bad. Poets, okay, but what if everything is bad and we still fall in love with the moon and learn something from the flowers? Wholesome round one. Passing along Moist Buddha, getting in here with family torn between placing grandpa in hospice or having him run for Senate. We see grandpa laid out and the family very concerned looking around. I also love it with all the stuff from FB for TB, because at the bottom it'll always say no insights to show. Some of these are just for me. This one we have Peaches and Herb, and they are singing, and it says "Re-indicted and it feels so good." It's from ifunny.com, and it is captioned "Tell the truth, you sang that," and I did. Now it's recorded and out there forever. FB for TV passed along Sam Salisbury says the guy with the worst grades should get to give a graduation speech too. Let me hear both sides.
Yes, I agree
Yes,
with
I
this.
should have given a speech.
Yep. Moist Buddha captions that the invaledictorian. That's a good word right there. This one just blew my mind, and Katie's special attention here, but they always put the little 9 friends over at the side. I just realized that if I talked Maggie or Christopher into doing stand-up, I could have comedian tic-tac-toe. Anyway, I saw it today. I was like, that's kind of fun. This one says, if this image doesn't immediately start a long forgotten song in your head, can you even call yourself Gen X? And we have a nice couple pair of fingers pulling the knob on a pinball machine. And I don't know, boys, be honest with me, are you too young for this?
I'm too young for
I'm
this.
not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, baby. The Pointer Sisters taking it back to 1976 with that Sesame Street classic. I'd get my brother and I dancing around the TV. This one is a single panel from Out of Context comic strips with starring, what do we got here? This
Green
is
Arrow and likely
Arrow.
Black Canary.
Yes,
Probably, yeah,
more than
Black
likely
Canary.
Black Canary.
and Green Arrow is saying, "Come on, look at a little deeper than his Rolex and Italian suit. Tulane Bryce is a 40-carat sleaze." And she says, "Why? Because he's wealthy?" "Yes, they all are. That's how they get so much. You were filthy rich once. Were you a sleaze? Aren't you listening? Yes."
Yeah,
This is actually
that was
this
very
is
late
like
80s, late 80s Oliver. Yes.
this is classic Oliver
Green
Queen. This is
Arrow.
perfect. Yeah.
Anyway, absolutely loved it. Thank you so much. Comics Out of Context. Fernandez Law, not a friend, but this advertising caught my eye. Post, "This guy is genius." It's a billboard and it says, "Car wreck, call this MF." At Flannery. We see Samuel Jackson like smiling at the bottom.
Like respect. That's it.
Respect, exactly. Jeez. I
God
sent this to all my lawyer friends. Friend of the show, Julia Jazunis, repost Roxy Horror says, "Me, extremely burnt out. I need to take a day off to relax. Also me, I wonder if there's a way I could relax that would be more productive."
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Jason, passes along this little fun fact, shows a picture of 2 feet, one on the gas pedal, one on the brake, and it says, did you know if you press on the gas and the brake pedals at the same time, your car will take a screenshot? This one's a 5-panel cartoon. We got a man laying on his back at the psychiatrist. And basically, he's like, Doc, I'm going crazy. Every time I get into bed, I think there's somebody under it. I get under the bed. I think there's somebody on top of it. I get under. You got to help me. And he says, just give me about 2 years, keep coming to therapy, and we'll get you fixed up. And the guy's like, well, how much do you charge? He says, $100 a visit. He says, let me sleep on it. 6 months later, psychiatrist runs into the guy, says, hey, fancy meeting you here. Why don't you ever come see me again? He says, well, for $100 a visit, the bartender cured me for $10. And the psych says, how is that so? He says, yeah, he told me to cut the legs off the bed.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of disappointing affirmations, and here we have a beautiful mountain peak, and it's captioned "disappointed?" ? That's what you get for expecting things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
very-
fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very Eastern.
Yeah, kind of zen, very zen. Friend of the show, Dan Hughes, passes along this from his new favorite store. There's a sign taped up in front of a whole bunch of Ars Technica high-end hi-fi equipment, and it says, for an additional $4.99, we will provide you with a receipt that matches what you told your wife you paid for this turntable.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth $5.
From the store, vinyl is my vice. So Google him, I guess. Science tumor passed along this 10-panel. As a teacher, you can confirm this. The scientist tells a great science joke at the conference. Panel 1, joke. Panel 2, uproarious laughter, continued laughter, round of applause, warm feelings all around. Same 5 panels down below. Scientist repeats the great science joke at home. Joke, silence. Explanation, silence. Family, change of subject. 10, confirm. Moist Buddha. Oh, we already did that one. The Laughing Librarian. Love the Laughing Librarian. Thanks for all the cards and letters. Your casseroles are still my favorite. She passes along this.
I think it's pronounced Liberian. Go ahead.
I think you can kiss my ass after the show. we have a picture here from a body cam on a Louisiana police officer after he crashes his car when an owl flies into the patrol car and starts pecking at him. And we got a picture of the owl straight out of Harry Potter right there next to the steering wheel. And then we have a post from Owl from Louisiana says, and I'll do it again.
I fucking love Twitter sometimes, man.
Yeah.
That turnaround was quick too. There's like set up that account, start tweeting or hooting or whatever. Friend of the show, Craig Smith. Craig, we miss you, man. You got to come back. Repost our friend Eric, who's reposting Flem Clandango at Kane_unable, who says, my 4-year-old just said, Daddy, why do people make up things that their children have said for social media? Isn't it just inherently dishonest and indicative of an inability to construct a compelling narrative themselves? Friend of the show, Carl Smallwood, passes along this reminder. We have a picture of Tarantino here, and it says, reminder, Tarantino wrote a scene in Dusk Till Dawn where Selma Hayek pours tequila down her leg and forces a guy to drink it by sucking on her toes. Then he cast himself in that role. Moist Buddha says, never forget. And I said, man, America. And finally, rounding out round 1 with the wholesome from Nathan W. Pyle. If you're not following the cartoons of Nathan W. Pyle, I don't know what you're doing, but he's always got the ambiguous alien people. So I do their voices all very monotone. And we have a garage sale, but with the aliens. And the chief alien has said, I no longer want to own these things. And the couple that's there says, we probably don't either, but we will touch them. then the guy's holding up a box and he says, how significant is this to you? And the garage sale person says, not very. Would you consider it meaning even less? Perhaps half the significance?
God, that's so true.
has rounded out my wholesome round 1 on Facebook for the blind, going into the irreverent round 2, all mixed up, crazy kooky stuff. What's going on? I don't even know.
Remix.
Boop.
This time, my round 2 is going to be read by TD. So take it away, TD.
Hi guys, I'm doing that one round of Labunes. Okay, so first off, we just have something here that says it's me and my 4 hours of sleep against the world. I remember when I used to get that much sleep. Friend of the show, Sarah, I think she's a friend, says, my dreams be like, you seem stressed. Would you prefer to lose all your teeth tonight or return to high school? Oh my God, these are the 2 main dreams I have on a regular. Or I'm joining the army again.
Oh, I have that dream too, dude. But now I know in the dream, I know what's ahead of me, and I'm like, no.
In yours, do you struggle to find all the pieces to your uniform?
No, in mine, I'm searching for the gate to Fort Jackson to figure out how to leave. Yeah, every time.
Here we got 2 dudes. I think they're from that Mad Men show. The one kind of like meeker looking dude in a shitty sweater says, Americans, we have lower inflation, lower unemployment, higher growth than you. We win again. And then the other one, which I think is John Hamm, very John Hamm looking. He's labeled Europeans. Thanks for your email. I'm currently out of the office on an annual summer vacation until 30th September 2023. Yeah, they actually get to enjoy life in Europe.
Fucking Euro trash.
No, I don't know. I'm kind of jealous, bro.
Yeah, but they're trash. Go on.
Oh, okay. Antifa is for lovers. Friend of the show. I'll say that. Post a 3 panel here, and it's a hand holding the one ring, and the ring is labeled fascism. And you got Eric King, whatever the hell his name is, I can't remember. Elron. The elves going leftists, cast it into the fire, destroy it. Liberals, no, I can compromise with it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, here we have, I believe, a cardinal being ordained, and they have to do this weird thing in the Catholic Church when cardinals get promoted. They have to like lay on a pillow for a little bit, face down on the floor,
and cover their eyes.
He's got his eyes covered, and you see what's in his covered up hands. He's looking at glow in the dark plastic dinosaurs from like the late 80s, early 90s. I had all of these.
Nice.
They all had names. I'll remember them in a few minutes. But yeah, I feel this.
I think we got 3 more for this round.
As a recovering Catholic and a kid who had those dinosaurs. All right. Next up, we got boyfriend or best friend. They bullying me. No, I always read the first time. It was boyfriend, and he's like this giant, very lanky, huge human being made out of like characters that you can type on your computer. And then the girlfriend, who looks like one like piece of, I think, Korean writing that resembles a small female body, says, "Girlfriend, who the fuck?" And this is accurate. The more compact, the shorter the female, the crazier. It's all in there, man. All right. I don't. The laughing librarian.
I think it's librarian.
The laughing librarian.
That's
okay,
right.
like barbarian.
Yeah.
Friend of Sizemore's and friend of everybody's. It's a picture of a person, I believe, in a West Point jacket.
Maybe.
Or is that just? It looks like a West Point jacket to me.
It's old timey.
Yeah, very old timey. It says, I don't usually think about what I say before I say it. I prefer to think about it after I've said it late at night for the rest of my life. God fucking damn, I feel this.
All right, last meme for round 2 remix.
Okay.
Nope. No, we have 2 more. Sorry.
So, false alarm, premature
False alarm.
premature memulation. All right. Big dicks in his brother's bum. Cat with the little like correction symbol. And the person on the other end of the text goes, "What? Which word is supposed to be cat?"
I like that you didn't set this up at all. You didn't
I
say
just went
this is a
into it.
text
No,
conversation.
I just said fuck it. I
Big
like done
dicks
thinking,
in
kick
his
the brakes off.
brother's
Here we
bum.
go. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't know how to prepare for shit that I don't know how to prepare for, but I love it. I love doing this on occasion.
Last one.
Last one. It's a picture of Keith Richards and his very, 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 very much younger daughters, like a couple centuries. And it says, "These are Keith Richards' daughters. When they pass away, he will inherit everything." Like I'm telling you guys, one of these days it's just gonna be Keith Richards, the cockroaches, and the Twinkies. That's it.
Contrary to popular belief, Twinkies do go bad.
I just
But-
I just keep thinking about the 5 fucking people who listen to this show as a podcast. Who at some point in the show are just gonna hear TD go, "Big dicks in his brother's bum."
I know.
Like, no, doesn't describe a meme, doesn't set anything up.
Hey man, I'm living dangerously. Fuck off.
Oh, it was good, man. That killed me. Whew. All right.
I'm riding this motherfucker till the wheels fall off.
I guess I
Do I
say
got one
kicking
more?
it over to you, TD, but it's no, that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're kicking it over to me for me to be like, hey, I came up with a lot of memes on a very specific topic that I think Labune's gonna be good at. So over to Labune.
All right, here we go. Going in
Here we
blind.
go.
All right, here we go. Going
Here
in
we
blind.
go with TD's memes.
Satan, friend of the show, Satan.
Hey, Satan.
Hi, Satan.
This looks like it says no tattoo. This is in quotes. No tattoos, thanks. My body is a temple. And then it says temples. It is this is a picture of the inside
Sistine
of
Chapel.
the Sistine Chapel, which is just absolutely covered in
Covered.
art. Yeah.
Beautiful art.
I never thought of the Sistine Chapel as sleeved, but it is.
Yeah, it's really true.
sleep.
That's
It's
why-
ink, man.
Every time I look at this, I can hear the Italian guys going, "Silenzio." So exasperated.
Satan, friend of the show, Satan, back again.
Wow.
There's a picture of one of these, like, I don't know, they're kind of like street preachers, but they hold these signs and they just yell insults at everybody. And it says, warning, homos, feminists, porn freaks, pot smokers, atheists, thugs, yoga pants, cutters, Muslims, witches, idolaters, masturbators, eternal damnation. Satan says, hell is going to be so fucking lit.
My first thought when I saw this one was like, how many times am I going to be mentioned on this list?
All the best bands are in hell. Everybody knows
Right?
The worst ones too, though.
it. Yeah.
Mm.
Midwest versus everybody. Friend of the
Everybody.
show. Honestly, big reason for the show.
Oh,
At
yeah.
Midwestern _ oh
I don't know.
says and they're retweeting at Krista Peterso, who says, I hate earthquakes very much. I am a good Midwestern girl, and tornadoes are the proper way to receive the wrath of God.
Word.
Nice. Well done. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry.
Friend of the show, Satan at S8N is
Huh?
back again.
Being
This
played by-
time, 3 panels from SNL with Ted Lasso. First panel,
Jason Sudeikis.
is dressed up as the devil. Jason Sudeikis says, first of all, God doesn't hate gay people. Second panel, God doesn't hate anyone. Third panel, he goes, that's his whole thing. And Liquid Thought says, when a man dressed as Satan speaks more accurately about God than your pastor, you know something is wrong.
Oh, man. Wow.
Satan, friend of the show, Satan is back again.
This might be the
time-
most irreverent round we've ever had.
This is great. This time it's white Jesus walking out of the tomb, all dressed in white. And it says, Jesus died for our sins. Okay, but he didn't stay dead, right? So what exactly did he sacrifice? Jesus gave up his weekend for your sins. It does kind of change the game. Friend of the show, Satan. If you're not following Satan,
Wow.
where are you getting your satanic memes? This time, it's a picture of a priest. I think this is, priest. We're going to say a priest, but like from this era. And he's talking to some Native American people. And this looks to be around the same time as the Pilgrims. And the priest says, without us, you'd still be worshiping the sun. And the Indian man says, dude, the sun is real.
So good. Wow.
Friend of the show, Satan is back. This time it's a picture
Wow.
of a young kid. And he's doing all right, this is kind of a mix of a few memes because the young kid is wearing a Roman soldier hat, but he's doing the thing where he looks right at the camera and then he nervously looks straight ahead, which is kind of a rip from the puppet meme where that puppet
Yeah.
looks at
Mhm.
the camera and then looks straight ahead. And it says, when you see the Jewish hippie that you literally just crucified walking around talking to people. Jewish, I love Jewish hippie.
Yes, that I got a kick out of that one.
Well done. Satan.
Satan
we
is
still got
back. And it says, all right, this is a picture of a sign on a beach, and it says, if you don't teach your child to obey Jesus, the devil will teach them to. I'm sorry, let me start over. If you don't teach your child to obey Jesus, the devil will teach them evolution, sexuality, psychology, witchcraft. And it's captioned, wow, I had no idea Satan was so knowledgeable and generous with his time.
Oh my God.
Two more.
Samantha Sam Wiedemann. Here's a picture of Adam and Eve walking in the Garden of Eden. Their wobbly bits are covered up by bushes, but these have not been fashioned into clothes. And it says the true reason women don't want to decide what to eat. The one time they did, they doomed all of humanity.
I can almost believe that, and it's such a struggle. Last one.
All right, last meme from This Makes Perfect Sense from our own personal Satan, Jason Jester.
Well done.
And he says, jerk. And we have a picture of somebody flipping off it looks like a bust of a Neanderthal person. And it says, when you find the guy that had to evolve and is the reason we're working 9 to 5 and paying taxes.
Fuck yeah.
And that's all for us for round
Yeah.
2. Kicking it over to you, Sizemore.
Oh,
Nobody play.
my turn when I do the funny things with the thingy and the stuff and the things. Hey, first off, we mentioned SNL earlier, and I got to do a nod out here. Did you happen to catch this? I mean, I know you're a big SNL fan. Did you see Jenna Ortega on SNL?
No,
Okay.
I did not. I don't watch as much as I used to.
My
Same.
kid, this is her first like real star that she loves. So I'm enjoying watching her, like, follow her. And she got up there and she just said, hi, I'm Jenna Ortega, and I've been famous for a long time, ever since my mother put a video of me performing on Facebook, which I'm told is like TikTok, but for racism instead of dancing. It was so good. Friend of the show, Michael Matthews Jr. Michael, I miss this guy. I haven't seen him because we haven't been performing. He reposted the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society, who has reposted Octopus/Caveman. Says, I think the scariest alien scenario ever would be if they came to the Earth, didn't talk to humans, communicated with something in the ocean for a few days, and then just left.
Ooh, no.
That's basically the plot of Star Trek 4, so chill.
Yeah. It's true.
I like Star Trek 4.
I did
Right,
too,
sure.
but I didn't when I was a kid. But I like it now.
Friend of the show, Moneyless Society, making its umpteenth appearance here by reposting Danielle Weisberg, who says, I can't believe I exist on a planet with like Aurora Borealis and coral reefs and fucking snow-capped Alps and mossy stones and sparkling waterfalls, and I have to do like a career.
No shit.
God, yeah, we suck.
Reposted from @Anarcho Spirituality, making the second appearance here with some stuff that makes you go, Moving on from Little Tykes, it's ruined products from your childhood. Ankle monitor. That's right, Little Tyke. You can start playing with an ankle monitor now. It says
You know they sell that in Pekin.
age 2 years plus, man. It's on clearance, man. It's cheap. It says make sure that little snot stays in its room. Prepare your mini me for its future house arrest. See back panel for exclusive parole officer discount offer.
I was about to say you don't have to buy these. Half my buddies back home have these, and they did not fucking have to pay for theirs.
Well,
The state of Illinois will give them to you.
Occupy Wall Street passes along democratic socialism now. If you're not following democratic socialism now, do.
Follow it later.
Reposting New York Post. Ocean Gate, and you remember Ocean Gate from our submarine episode. Ocean Gate co-founder wants to send 1,000 people to a floating colony on Venus by 2050. And we have a picture of the founder, Venus, and the submarine. And down at the bottom, Stop Cop City says, this is an incredible opportunity for the 1,000 richest people on Earth. I hope they're all invited. Oh, yeah. Ocean Gate Part 2, Venus Boogaloo. Speaking of, 1 year ago, Workers' Party in Massachusetts, making a second appearance in the show, passes along this image from thehardtimes.net, captioned, only 8 people have 50% of the world's wealth, but I might be one of those 8 someday, so I don't think we should do anything about it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Alliance Against Democratic Establishment Hypocrisy just 2 hours ago posted this little 2-panel with 2 fuzzy cartoons. One of them says, what is the one thing that stands between you and all of your dreams? And the respondent says, capitalism. And says, no, hand on head, yourself. The answer is obviously you. I'm pretty sure it's capitalism. Alliance Against Democratic Establishment Hypocrisy knocks it out of the park. Hey, friend of the show, Clay Foley. You remember Clay Foley? He put this out just a little while ago. Big video announcement coming this past weekend. 2 passions colliding, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. Did you guys follow this?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it turns out I called it. I said, you're coming out as a cat juggler, aren't you? You're coming out to all of us. And he was. That's what he's doing. Friend of the show, Amanda Cohen, passed along this today in non-union auditions. So out there for those people that are on the writer's strike, but if you're still looking for work, this one's calling for all skin tones and pigmentations welcome. We want to show the depth and beauty of all kinds of people. Please include notes and submission on experienced divers. We will need to have pre-existing footage of a dive or a cannonball. Asterisk, must be comfortable with having a camera in cooch. Yes, we aren't joking.
Huh?
Camera in your cooch. That was your high school band's name, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that was my junior high band.
Nice. Very prescient. This is a picture of John Cougar Mellencamp on a wanted poster, and it says, do not serve this man a chili dog. Thank you, Tasty Freeze Management. And you guys responded to the comics so well. I'm going to pass along this from Marvel's. I'm too zoomed up here, buddy. Come on. There we go. Marvel's Kingdom of Latveria, who's reposted this. And we have Dr. Doom apparently conflicting with one of the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. It says, if you can keep your trigger.
Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman.
It's cool. It says, if you can keep your trigger happy oafs from attacking me again. Spider-Man says, you attacked us. You will know when Doom deigns to attack you. No, all I did was expertly defend myself from a pathetic series of clumsy attacks. What about the exploding wall and all that? Behold the grim visage of Doom and all that. You blew up a wall. Yes, That is how doom enters a room. How do you do it? Through the door, sometimes a window, but that doesn't count. The door, like a peasant.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Loved it. Friend of the show, Matt Jenkins at Young Fun E says, it's weird that inmates use their smuggled phone for social media. They're like, how can I make life in prison even more depressing? I know. I'll read my uncle's political posts.
Right.
Sydney Beer, and the best and worst of Twitter too, says, my husband almost fell down the stairs, and now we are in a heating debate as to whether my gasp was out of fear for his safety or excitement about a possible life insurance payout.
Jesus.
I can see this. And I can understand posting because you need backup.
Yeah.
Friend of the show and co-founder, George Cruikshank.
Love you,
how you
George.
doing? Now that he's married, Mr. George Cruikshank. He's reposted this white guy that is in 50s clothing. I don't know what's going on. It says, imagine five white people walking up to you and being like, we're Imagine Dragons. You have no choice but to believe them. Imagine that. Franklin Rager, friend of the show, Franklin Rager. He has posted this picture of a white guy staring blankly at you, and it says, you're not a jack of all trades. You have ADHD. This one from friend of the show, Craig Smith, making his second appearance here, reposting Jess Dweck at the Dweck, who says, I am the plus National Geographic of every party I've ever been to. And it's the Disney Plus family, Disney Plus logo with Disney plus Pixar plus Marvel plus Star Wars plus National Geographic. Yeah, I am the plus National Geographic of everybody I go to as well. This is true. Oh, look, a blank Google screen. That's fun. This one is from the Highland Society, and we see a Barbie doll on a plate covered in shrimp. Just picture.
Put another shrimp on the Barbie.
I'm
this
grown
one-
with that, man.
Got about 3-4 more here for the irreverent round. This one's from I Love Blues Guitar. Acquaintance, I guess. I don't know him, but I like the cut of your jib. Based in Poland. Got a picture of a grandma, and she is coming in with the little granny glasses on to the boy who's playing his phonograph records there with his headphones. And she says, that is the devil's music. In the second panel, the devil has showed up. It's very frightening. He's got a goatee and the twisty mustache villain, it's pointed on the ends. He's got the little, pointy tail. It's the devil. And the kid on the phonograph with the headphones, we see exclamation marks coming out of his head like, it's the devil. And then the third one, the devil is taking all his albums back and is leaving the room.
And the look on his face when he's walking away with his shit.
I know. I have so many questions. Is the grandma married to the devil? I don't understand what's going on. I'm loving it.
I think they're homies.
Anyway, good stuff. Irreverent round. Where else are you going to put the devil? This one's reposted by Do You Remember? Acquaintance of the show. Don't really know them, but, maybe. We have a picture of a blood red moon, one of those really cool, like hazy reddish kind of moons. And in quotes, it says, what happens after you die? And it says, lots of stuff happens after you die. They just don't involve you. Louis C.K. And 2 more left here. Memes to radicalize your friends. Repost Retro Gaming Blog 2, who's reposting Keenan at only Pietro Stan. Says Animal Crossing villagers be like, ugh, I had such a busy day today. And then they just sit under a tree and eat a sandwich for 3 hours. And Jada Illustrator with a really cool little alien hair. Jada Illustrator reposts Yo Moonboy. It says, clearly they're busy resting and nourishing themselves. Capitalism has brainwashed you to think busy means working. Damn. And the last one for this, Church of Sloths, friend of the show, Church of Sloths, has passed along this picture of 3 nuns riding their bicycles through a field on a little road. And one says, I've never come this way before. And the other one says, it's the cobblestones.
Ew.
That is wrapped up by a reverent round too. Making the
All right.
Catholics laugh and feel wrapped up by a reverent round too. Making the
All right.
Catholics laugh and feel funny inside.
All right, here comes round 3, the penultimate round.
Penultimate.
This is the hardtimes.net reports, man relieved, sounds of trumpets echoing through town is start of apocalypse, not some ska band.
Oh.
Friend of the show,
And-
Ska.
Yeah, that's Ed, friend of the show, hardtimes.net is also reporting, Dad, sure to let you know race of every person in story he's telling.
Oh God,
Oh.
that hurts.
The Onion is reporting DeSantis bans AP psychology out of fear people will figure out what's wrong with him.
Again, when did the Onion start telling facts?
Funny you should say that because Indy Lee has a picture, gives us this meme. And it's a picture of Matthew McConaughey smoking a cigarette and looking supremely stressed out with bug eyes.
Yep.
And it says the Onion writers trying to come up with headlines that still seem like satire. Not easy. Proving the point, Forbes reports winner of $1.28 billion lottery gets $433 million after tax. So
Yep.
you won 1.28 billion and after taxes only gets 433 million. And Julia Benson, friend of the show, Julia Benson says, "Oh, so we do know how to tax billionaires then." Here's a picture of an anime character tapping his temple, and it says, "People can't use you if you're useless."
Ooh, nice.
I subscribe to this.
Boy, this is just a really unfortunate picture of Pete Davidson. I mean, I think Pete Davidson's kind of goofy looking anyway. But here he's got his shoulders up and he's making a really weird face and he looks strung out. But he is holding hands with Kate Beckinsale, who's looking lovely and looking at him. And it says, if Pete Davidson can snag Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, and Kate Beckinsale, you can become forklift certified.
Yeah.
I only have 2 more for this round, leaving only my post with the most. Trash Can Paul is here.
Oh.
And he said, it's a quote. It says, Canada sucks because half the country speaks French and the other half lets them. And this quote is attributed to some Scottish guy I heard online. And my last meme for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Trash Can Paul. It's just a picture of somebody wearing a Morgan Wallen t-shirt. Except it's just a picture, and then underneath the picture is the name Morgan Wallen. But instead of a picture of Morgan Wallen, this is a picture of a young Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh,
From like the 80s.
It's very funny. Back to you, TD.
Oh, there's an image I'll never get out of my head. Thanks, Labune. All right, it's time for round 3, or as I like to call it, let's bring this turkey. Oh, there's an image I'll never get out of my head. Thanks, Labune. All right, it's time for round 3, or as I like to call it, let's bring this turkey in.
boom.
The dark side of service just says snafu, and it's a picture of a bunch of young college girls all staring at who's ever taking the picture, like looking away from the teacher, turning backwards and staring at who's ever taking the picture. And it says, today, class, we are going to talk about people who use humor, memes, and excessive alcohol consumption as a coping mechanism. And I say, fuck you. I got called out here.
Yeah.
And I think we know this a little too well. Moving on.
Well done. Well done.
Internet Hall of Fame, friend of the show, making, I believe, just their first appearance. They repost from Kari Sharo. It says, humans doing the hard jobs on minimum wage while the robots write poetry and paint is not the future I wanted.
Right.
Yeah, that's just fucking depressing. Yeah. Moving on. Internet Hall of Fame once again. Reposting from Yukon Ghost. It just says dinner, waitress, cops and kids. Oh, I was like diner. I'm sorry, I can't read. I'm from Indiana. Diner, waitress, cops and kids and under. Sorry, cops and kids 5 and under eat for free. Me discreetly nudging my 6-year-old. My 6-year-old. I am a police. I'm a police. That kid's going somewhere to the bathroom for an ass whooping. All right, moving on.
Fuck.
Disgruntled Underground 2.0, friend of the show. Love you guys. It's one of these picture problems, and it's 2 dudes and a female. They're standing around a table, and the table has 2 apples and a butcher knife. It says only 6% of people can handle this puzzle. The 3 want to share the 2 apples equally. How you handle this with using only 1 stroke of the knife.
Oh.
And it's that monkey puppet meme where he's looking at the camera and he's looking away, because I know the 1 slice that I would do.
Yeah.
Throat. All right. Speaking of throats, Jason Jester, friend of the show, just keep twisting, and it says Olive Garden waiter grating Parmesan. Just let me know when. And me, and it's a picture of the throat himself, Mitch McConnell, back when he was having his Control Alt Delete moment. That's my wife, by the way, at Mike LeBune's favorite TD. That's my wife at Olive Garden. She will just like she will wait till the block disintegrates and they got to put in a new block.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Nadine Chamali, we just met. Repost from Wings of Sorrow at Wings of Sorrow. Says Norway black metal bands writing songs about hate and hell and death when their house looks like this, and it's the cutest little red cottage and lots of plants, and there's lovely mountains and stuff in the background. It's right off the fjord. And if you've ever heard Norwegian black metal, this does not enter your brain.
That's how they are, though, man. For real.
That's some hardcore shit, man. That's rough. All right, moving on. And this is the guy that listens to Mongolian metal. BJ Nix, friend of the show, says, America, you'll need to take out a second mortgage to afford your health care. Also Americans. And he reposts from Krispy Kreme fans, friend of mine. I'm a member. And it says, yes, we really did stuff a donut with M&Ms. And they got a box of 3 donuts. 2 of them are just regular donuts, like chocolate M&Ms on top. And 2 of them look like M&Ms. But when you bite into these donuts, it goddamn many M&Ms pouring out of this son of a bitch. And as a delegate of the fat delegation, I need these fucking donuts ASAP, motherfuckers.
I don't think I'd like it. I
don't care if I'd like it. I need it. I need more diabetes. I need to lose another toe. This needs to happen. Moving on. Friend of the show, friend of mine since 3rd grade, Harmony Scott. Dawn commercials be washing everything but dishes. I do not have a greasy duck. Where's the lie? Dwayne Gear, friend of the show, says, my friend just, actually, Labune, can you read this one for me?
Sure. Dwayne here says, my friend just hired a limo for $1,000, but it didn't come with a driver. Imagine spending all that money with nothing to chauffeur it.
Oh,
I said I had no dad jokes in the second round. I said
Oh,
in the
man.
3rd, baby. That was actually sent to me by your favorite TD.
I hate it.
I know you do. Friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of everybody, Baking While Baked at Couchman Bakes. Please follow me on whatever it's called this week. I think it's the app formerly known as Twitter. I heard somebody. Oh, it's just, by the way, Baking While Baked, the show where I bake delectable baked goods full of sugar and spice while I'm full of herb and feeling nice. It just says,
great little avatar there, by the way, man.
Larry Smith made that.
That's beautiful.
It just says, I heard somebody say that bologna is just hot dog pancakes. My mind is fucking blown right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Seriously, I was sitting in my recliner, very elevated the other night, and that came on. I don't even remember what the hell I was watching, and that came on, and I was like, word. All right, moving on. Fans of Middle Earth, acquaintance of the show, says every dog does this, and I can vouch for it. I have 5 of them. Literally no one anywhere. Doorbell on TV rings. My dog, and it's a picture from Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, where Saruman is screaming at his orc army to war. And this is none truer than for my 12-week-old puppy Elliot, who you guys
Oh.
met. Right? He thinks he's a goddamn mastiff. He big E. That ain't Elliot. That's Big E.
Nice. Napoleon.
Yeah. So bad. All right. This is the last one I got for round 3 here, leaving only my postie with the mostie. Non-aesthetic things we've met. Repost from enemy of the show and void of brain cells, Kim Kardashian West. I'm not gonna say that joke. Never mind. Kim Kardashian West. And it says somehow this is crazy. We found each other in life. Somehow in this crazy life we found each other. And it's a picture of her with one of her silicone plastic assembled sisters. And someone says Sweezy says having the same parents probably helped.
Coincidence? Perhaps.
I do not like any of them. That's all I got for round 3. Leaving only my post with the most, and Sizemore having a conundrum. Over to you, conundrum boy.
Not that. I mean, really, not that big of a conundrum. I mean,
I was hyping it up for dramatic effect.
Oh, thanks. That's nice. So I look like a miracle worker. I see.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to pump your ego, homie.
This is a really jacked up Wendy's sign. I like that.
Oh.
Looks like the paint is just like shrunk on it. It's all backlit, very weird, and it's just captioned, "There is no Wendy, only Zool."
I love the Ghostbusters reference, but make this picture go away. You're gonna ruin bacon.
Right on. Friend of the show and co-founder George Cruikshank repost from Lord Pete Buttigieg's Casual Imperialist Wine Cave. And if you're not following Lord Pete Buttigieg's Casualist Imperialist Wine Cave, where are you getting your Lord Pete Buttigieg's Casual Imperialist wine? Huh? Where? You're probably very thirsty. Passing along Michaela Jaffe, who says, in the US, you're told that NPR is either intellectual and unbiased or pinko commie propaganda. And then you hear it for the first time, and it's, are kids with disabilities just faking it to get out of cleaning industrial machinery? We ask a panel of old-timey factory owners. Midwest versus everybody. How many? This is like 4th or 5th. I don't know. Many times here. Passes this on with a caption: unnecessary roughness. We have Zillow gone wild. Here's an almost 7,000 square foot home for $250,000 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Beautiful, huge mansion. I mean, with hedges out front, big wooden staircases, wood trim in that really kind of cool way. Huge fireplaces and stuff like that. And Jake Complete at King God 23 says, that sounds crazy. What's wrong with it? And Braden says, it's in Ohio.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Unnecessary roughness on the play, but the points are allowed. Gin and Tacos posted, my favorite Pee Wee Herman thing was the Christmas special, where KD Lang was so coked out of her mind that I was 8 years old and didn't even know what drugs were. And really, I thought, gosh, she's pretty coked up. Friend of the show and co-founder once again. Is this the third George Cruikshank meme here?
Yeah.
He's just posted a conversation from way back in the before times of Sunday, March 8th, 2020. A little exchange between two people, and he's captioned it holes. It says, wait, are you gay? And the response said, why do you ask? It says, you talk about liking dick on Facebook. I mean, they're mainly shit posts, but I also like dudes. Bisexual. Bijectual. The response, take your time. Berzerajul with an X. Holes. Oh my god. I made this one myself, but I wasn't happy. I didn't caption it or anything, but we just have a bunch of orange Cheeto encrusted fingerprints, tiny fingerprints that are all orange. And I don't know, if you can think of it needs a cap. There's something missing. So if you've got anything, help me fix my joke.
My phone after my 4-year-old borrows it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. This one's from Moist Buddha, making the 17th appearance in the show with a post from Mazzio's Italian Eatery that has this sign, and it is written on it, "Cut my life into pizzas. This is my plastic fork."
So
All right, moving on. More
Ah,
perfect
99, 2000.
More Perfect Union passes along this from r/antiwork on Reddit. We have a picture of Cartier, and Cartier's $7.5 billion owner says that fear of the poor rising up keeps him awake at night. So keep up the good work, scary pores.
yeah.
Oh, so sad. This is just a picture of a Kmart logo, except that it's the big red K and it says ketamine.
Yeah.
Moist Buddha. Matt Alano Martin, friend of the show. Matt Alano Martin got a new CD out, on tour still. He says, I think this is still a good idea. And this is from his year ago memories. He says, language evolves and I'm just here to do my part. Comics, instead of saying your friend is killing / crushing, destroying on stage, say they're strutting and nutting up there. Friend of the show, Tales of a Kitchen Witch, reposts Paul Kruger at Not Like Freddy, who says, I place per my last email in attack position. Per my last email allows me to summon my previous email from the discard pile. I place my previous email in the defensive position and then place a no worries if not face down and end my turn.
I make too many emails like this and play too many games like that, and I get that reference.
Awesome. Friend of the show, Katie Flynn, passes along this, and I'm not sure if this is brave or if this is stupid, and this is why life is hard. She says, apart from life is short, what other lines do you use before you make a bad decision?
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, screw it, it's a rental.
Yeah.
Done thinking is one I use a lot.
Which one's that? Without thinking?
Done thinking.
Done thinking. Yeah, cool. Friend of the show, Moist Buddha, for the 19.5 time, saying, reposting Ed, who says, at night and at work at customer service, says, ordered 3 meatballs, ate them all, ordered 3 more meatballs, ate those 2, told his server to take away the empty plates before his wife got there. Wife gets there. Server takes both of their orders. He goes, I think I'll try the meatballs. What was he hiding? Friend of the show, Works Party in Massachusetts, making another appearance with Giabucci's Room, saying, motherfuckers be like, why didn't the slaves just end slavery? There were so many of them versus slave masters. And then we're going to die in the climate apocalypse because 5 fossil fuel CEOs wanted a 3rd yacht.
Mm-hmm.
You might be saying to yourself, Eric, that's so weird. I would think that you would have a ton of Alabama Montgomery Boardwalk Brawl memes. And I'm like, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I do have a tremendous number of Montgomery, Alabamas. We have first a shot from Have a Seat, 1955, and Rosa Parks sitting on the bus, and then Have a Seat and giving him the lawn chair. 23, Montgomery. Here we have a picture of the white trash getting arrested on the docks, and it says, hey, Siri, play Small Town by Jason Aldean. Phenom Brown over on, I believe, anyway, she posts along this thing. They already doxed the family, and it says, Selma Vassar's Mini Mart owners started it all in Montgomery. Don't spend any money with them. Friend of the show, Dr. Kadeem Richardson, passes along this, the history they never showed us. and we've got a lot of Black iconic photos, and they're all holding folding chairs. I don't have time to rip through them all, but I'll give some of them. There's a Black Panther. There's the two black men that held their fists up at the Olympics. John Wilkes Booth getting hit with a chair. I'm not even sure I understand that one. Muhammad Ali, famous knockout blow with the steel chair. One friend said, I mean, in that situation, I almost got a point to where some of us would have just parachuted out of nowhere, and hell no, some of them just materialized from the ether, and literally everyone commented with your flaming circles from the comics that you posted, Michael. This one's just says, Papa's got a new bag, and it's a bedazzled folding chair on a chain. I liked it. Reminder that, of course, Simpsons did do it first. Here we have Bart about to take out Homer in the tub with a chair. So, at first. This was a popular response that I saw. It's the painting from Good Times back in the 70s. Except that the sign in the background has been changed to the Alabama Sweet Tea Party, and all of the dancers in it are also swinging around white lawn chairs. Beautiful photoshopping in the moment. We have here Malcolm X looking out the curtains, and he's also holding a steel chair. And Dr. Kadeem reminds us, by any means necessary, by any means necessary. Which I thought was awesome, because immediately there were imitations, and we've got another gentleman dressed exactly the same way, but he's really holding a chair, looking out the window. It was like, oh my God. And yes, the internet, thank you God, the Shader Room is posting, here's a man, Jermail Sullivan, and he says, on my way to Cracker Barrel to celebrate August 5th, 2023. He's already got the t-shirt. The t-shirt with the man with the lawn chair, taking out the guy jumping off the boat. I'm just like, oh my God. I love the internet. I love everything about this world. Here's the Martin Luther King statue in DC from Wu-Tang is for the children, captioned absolutely perfect, MLK holding a white steel chair. Oh yeah. Should be noted too. Did you know that Martin Luther King applied for a concealed carry license and couldn't get one? And then he was like, all right, how about this nonviolence thing? We should talk about that. And then he carried in a steel chair, and the rest, as they say, is history. And lastly, I used to post on everybody's in response, first black woman to run and get into the Congress, and first black woman to run for president. She says, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair.
Nice.
And seriously, what response was, Eric, that is too much. And I was like, that means it's just right.
All right. Finishing off with the post the most, we've got to end this show.
Yes,
Neil
we do.
deGrasse Tyson posts a picture of Earth next to Jupiter. It says, just to remind you of what the size of the Earth looks like compared to the size of Jupiter. It's very small next to Jupiter, but planets suck. Retweets it and says, I don't care at all. TD, what was your post with the most?
My post with the most this week. Soon as I remember what it looks like. My post with the most this week. Soon as I remember what it looks like, I will tell you. Hey, I remember what it looks like. Nerds Over 40. I'm a member. They repost from Missouri. You know, that state that's next to us. It sucks.
Yeah. Don't talk.
And Missouri just said, just asked a question, and it's directed to not friend of the show, J.K. Rowling. Love your work, hate you. It says, did you not put Americans in Harry Potter because at the first sign of Voldemort, they would have pulled out the Glock and said, only Jesus can rise again, before delivering a 45 hollow point to the dome? And Kurana 907 AK says, Master has given W Glock. And Giuseppe Longo says, Harry Potter in the chamber is loaded.
Nice.
That is my post with the most this week. Over to you, Sizemore.
That is fantastic. All right. I didn't actually keep up. There were a whole lot of them. People like the pinball meme a lot. That was pretty good. People like this one, Jason, who said, can someone please explain the secret to having a full-time job, keeping the flat clean, doing a weekly shop, doing clothes, washing, exercising, cooking every day, looking after a pet, having a hobby, having an active social life, going on holiday, and saving money each month? And that stirred up a whole lot of different stuff.
No.
The number one in the running for most of the week was this picture of Pee Wee Herman. It says, word of the day is indicted. That was pretty good. But I think actually the most with the most was this one from Just Downhill from Paradise. Larry Tesler, inventor of the cut, copy, and paste commands, dies at 74. From PC Programmer, Larry Tesler, inventor of the cut, copy, and paste commands, dies at 74. First comment, Larry Tesler, inventor of the cut, copy, and paste commands, dies at 74. First respondent, Larry Tesler, inventor of the cut, copy, and paste commands, dies at 74.
Well done.
He
You did
would he would love it.
Anyway, and like I loved people were just like, I don't understand. And I'm like, keep reading. That constitutes a full and overstuffed episode of Facebook for the Blind for 8/8/23, our episode 118th. We love you all so much. Thank you. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Recording stopped.
God.
All right, I've got to.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.